about to preach myself happy up in here. Talking about labels this morning, and I wish I had turned the camera on sooner. I tell you, I get rolling with things, and God starts giving me these things to talk about, but I want to talk to you today about self-worth and how do you feel about yourself? How do you value yourself, and where do you find your value? You know, the biggest detriment to society is the lack of love, number one, but also realizing that we do not realize what our self-value is. We've got these labels that are put on us by other people, and maybe even sometimes we write the label ourselves and slap it on and say, this is who I am, this is how much I'm worth. But that is not where your self-worth comes in. That's not where my self-worth comes in. Not by the label that you are wearing. Your label is not an indicator of who you exactly are. It's internal and it's eternal. Now, when we talk about self-worth, when I mention this and I say these things, because there's been times in my life where I'm like, does it really matter? Do I really matter? Like, what value am I bringing to the world? You know, it's hard when you get pushed down, when people are talking about you, when you get into a mindset, when you get into a mindset that, you know, everyone is chatting about you. And it's reality, right? You hear it so much that it almost seems like everyone, but it's not that. And then you start second guessing, what is your self-worth, right? What are you bringing to the table? Does it really matter? Will this season, this 40 days and nights and whatever, these 40 years and months and 40 minutes, whatever 40 you want to talk about, will this ever end? Will it get better? That is the hardest thing when you're going through something, when you're going through those challenges, when you're dealing with it and someone comes and they say, oh, timing heals everything. You'll be okay. Now, this is not a video to tell you you'll be okay. Because it's a challenge. You're growing through it right now. And I think the hardest thing, and yeah, I think for some things, people would say something like that and it makes you feel a little bit better. But no, don't just tell me it's going to be okay. Tell me something about your life. Like, what have you gone through that you've grown through that, wow, you don't look like that? How did you grow? How did you deal with that and coming on the other side stronger, better, bigger, bolder, right? To go out and love the world at a deeper level. And so the label that you're wearing, the label that other people have put on you does not say who you truly are, right? The environment that you've come from, right? And I know I'm talking about like products and label and that sort of thing, but if you go to a store, have you ever been to a store, maybe to a thrift store or yard sale, and someone's like, oh my gosh, look at this deal. This is a steal, right? It's because the label that's put on, follow me, it's because the label that society sees that's put on this product, this item, is much, much lower than what they really know the value to be. And that is what's going on in society. Is that we have so much value and self-worth about us that we can bring to this world, unique gifts, skills, talents, and abilities that you have that this world needs. But what often happens is that we have this label put on us, either by society or sometimes by ourselves, that limits our ability to make an impact, that limits our ability to have that confidence and courage to stand up and be the people who we know God has called us to be, who God has purposed us and placed us here to be. And that is one of the biggest things is people talk about confidence and I don't, you know, I can't find a job or all these different things. But really, what do you think about yourself? How do you feel about yourself? That is the most important thing. Like, you hear all these other people say things. In order to get a clearer mind and a clearer sense of who you truly are, get in the Bible, like read the Bible. I'm telling you, and here's the thing. I'm not telling you like, you know, you gotta believe in God. If you don't believe in God, you're going, no, this is not what that's about. But let me tell you, even if you don't believe in God, where's my Bible? You can pick up the Bible. And you can, if you want to do it as, you know, reading a book, right? It's just a book. There are some very positive concepts in here that will teach you and tell you about who you are, whose you are, right? The gifts and the things that you have within you already. These things are amazing. And you've got hard books. You got books on your phone. Oh, look at that. Look at that screen. There we go. Isn't that awesome? Oh, went away. Yes, people, yes. That's what I'm all about. Love, acceptance, service, and kindness. Can you see it? Oh, it went away again. Look at that. Isn't that cool how I blur out? New camera, by the way. Loving it. Anyways, so your self-worth, right? Just because you're labeled some way, and that live up, you got to live beyond your label. And sometimes you got to get to a spot where you can rip that label off and place a new label on, right? You have to be able to identify who you are, know who you are, so that way when someone calls you out of your name, when they don't call you by your name, you can stand up and say, I don't know who you're talking to, but you're not talking to me, right? You are not talking to me like that, right? I remember someone who I had an issue with, and they said something to me, and lucky I am a Christian, and I'm in the profession that I'm in because the natural flesh wanted to be like, wow, But I said, I'm pretty good at like hum. I don't make it look like hum, but in my mind, I'm like, ooh. My mind would be like, ooh, like the alarm starts going off, and I'm like, calm it down, take a deep breath. And I just looked and said, you don't have to talk to me like that. Boom. And I dropped the mic. That's all I said. That's all I said. That's all I said. Sometimes you can say more with less. And then that person just moments later comes back and they're apologizing and all this stuff. And I'm like, hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. No one's perfect. I didn't say this. Should have said this. Hey, no one's perfect. I don't expect you to be perfect either. Anyways, listen. People are going to put labels on you. People are going to try you. People are going to sometimes take your kindness as a weakness. I have experienced it. But let me tell you, I smile and I'm excited and I love people, but I'm not going to be walked on. And I am not going to allow you to place a label on me or put a label on me, or I guess that's the same thing, right? Or read a label on me and be like, this is what you're worth. This is who you are. And this is how I can treat you. No, it's not going to happen. But it starts off, though, first off, by internalizing, who am I? Who are you? God loves you. You've got skills. And I'm telling you, like I say that so much because I want you to get it. Like that is the thing. Love yourself. Accept yourself. Serve yourself. Serve God. And be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people. We need you. We need you in this world. We do. I don't care what you do. I don't care what profession you have, what title you put on you. You're a human being, right? Too many times we let our label be our professional title. And that is terrible. Like your professional title is great, but what happens when that professional title is stripped from you because of maybe you're sick or something has happened, you've lost your job. Now, who are you now? Who are you? What are you worth? Not based off of the title, the profession that you have, but what are you worth? And that's what we have to get to because there's too many people who will start to feel down on themselves because they lost that professional title. They lost that spouse. They lost that status in life. But it doesn't take who you are. It doesn't strip away who you truly are. Who you are should show up no matter what label you're wearing. Who you are should show up no matter what label you're wearing, no matter what clothes that you're wearing, no matter where you are. You should be you. We should be us. It's hard though, I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you straight up. Should sound good. But when you're going through it and you're trying to navigate and not even just like fit in, but blend in enough to where you aren't standing out to be, messed with or seen as the weakest link and those types of things. But I could be on here and talk about, man, in my next video, I don't know if it'll be the next video, but in some other video, I'm going to share with you some of the horrible things people done to me. Some of the things that made me feel like, and I'm going to also share with you my breaking point and how when I got to my breaking point in high school, how this actually was a breaking point in my life and how God used all of these things at the same time to orchestrate my knowledge and my knowledge, my recognition. There you go. My recognition. I'm not gonna cut any of this out because this is truly how a video goes. I'm not gonna edit this video at all. This is how the videos go. And sometimes I edit them and make it sound like flowy and everything. But I want to show you more real about who I am, right? No fluff. But to recognize that I truly needed Him, and I confess that I believed in God at that age. But it was so many things that happened in my life just around the same time. So many things were happening. And I want to share with you this video about this movie that dramatically changed my favorite movie. Since I watched it, I've probably watched it at least 50, 60 times. But it's about loving people. And today, on this great, wonderful day, go out and be the great change we want to see in the world. Love you. Let me get off here.